We are so back.
Just for the viewers.
Medfluencer Kevin from Med School Insiders. He's the OG dropout. He's the OG quitter.
Jump. Good boy.
Did I think about dropping out? Maybe a little bit. All right, let's go. Good morning, vlog. Welcome back to another week. Today is a special day, and that's because it's Chewy's birthday. Woohoo! This little guy has been with me through all of medical school, and it was the best decision I ever made. Isn't that right? Best decision I ever made. Second best decision I ever made. We'll try to celebrate him a little bit later, but I gotta head to work. Bye-bye. Please ignore the Halloween costume. My brother DePaul and I were the 3 blind mice for Halloween, which was what all that was for. All right, let's go. All right, so it's week 2 of my endocrinology block. Like I said last week, it is outpatient, so I am here at the clinic again. It felt really good to have a 2-day weekend. There were a lot of festivities, birthdays, Halloween parties this weekend, so it was nice to have enough time to enjoy those things and just have fun. But now it's time to lock in and get back to work. Hopefully today is chill. It's kind of stormy outside, so hopefully that's not a bad omen. Let's have a good day. Just took me like 5 minutes to figure out how to turn the computer on. All right, so we are done for the morning. It's about 11:50, and normally I would go to the cafeteria right now and grab some lunch, but instead I'm actually going to run over to the pet store down the road and grab some treats and toys for Chewy for his birthday. It's also his brother's birthday today, so I'm gonna grab treats and stuff for him as well. I should have enough time though to get back and still grab some lunch. All right, we got the goods. Broccoli, mashed potatoes, and tri-tip. I just stopped by the resident lounge to grab some dessert. We are done for the day. All right, so it's about 4 o'clock. Clinic was pretty chill today. We actually got out at a very reasonable time. If you guys watched last week's vlog, then you know I'm on endocrinology clinic. So basically just like regular outpatient clinic. You know, the patients come in, we see them in the room. I go and discuss with my attending. We both come back, talk to the patient again, come up with a plan and everything, write the notes. Pretty straightforward, very chill lifestyle. Anyway, I'm gonna go home and give Chewy his new treats and toys. We were gonna go to a dog park, but I don't know if you guys can tell, it's like super windy outside. My allergies are kind of killing me right now. I feel super congested because I've got pretty bad seasonal allergies, and it's just really bad when it gets windy here in Vegas. So we'll see if we can make it happen. We might have to do another day, but I guess we'll see.
Hi, birthday boy. Hi, Bubba's. He's so excited. You're shippy. Hello, Bubba's.
Yep, they know it's for them.
All right, relax, relax. Sit. Spin. Good boy. Sit. Jump. Good boy. There you go. There you go.
Here you go, and here you go. He said, all right, what else is in here? Good morning. Happy Tuesday.
Keep the sock combo, baby.
Could anyone hook it up with a Celsius sponsorship for the channel? That would be clutch. All right, so it's just past noon and I am done for the day. Since it's Tuesday, my attending just does a half day in clinic, so I only have to do a half day in clinic, which is really nice. You don't get a lot of half days in residency, so knowing that Tuesdays is always gonna be a half day for me, at least for the next couple of weeks, is really, really nice. Today wasn't that bad. I primarily saw new endocrinology patients, so patients with newly diagnosed thyroid conditions, diabetes. A lot of what we do with an initial patient visit is get further workup, because typically they probably had some labs or imaging done from their primary care that showed something that prompted the referral to endocrinology. And then we have to do further investigation to make sure that we have all the information to make sure the patient can, be on the plan that's right for them. So again, today was pretty good. I'm kind of feeling a little bit under the weather. I don't know if it's like my allergies, but I started getting a little like congested, a little like tickle in the throat. So hopefully it's just the wind and allergies. I'm not too sure, but definitely feeling under the weather right now. So I think I'm gonna head home, try to rest, get some chores done for the day, and hopefully feel a little bit better. By the way, I'm sorry, but my acne is just so freaking bad right now. I ate a really bad amount of chocolate last week and I've been flaring up ever since. Anytime I eat like chocolate, I always break out really bad after. I don't know why, I still do it. It's usually pretty well managed, but man, I am flaring up right now. I don't know how I'm in my late 20s and still getting all this like acne. Anyway, like I said, I'm gonna go get some stuff done and rest for the day, so I'll catch you guys later. I was making some returns at Target, so I got myself a sweet treat.
Oh my gosh, good morning guys. So I definitely think I got a little bit sick because during the day yesterday I was definitely just feeling worse. Kind of ended up doing a lot of napping. And then now this morning I feel so congested and my head feels like I definitely have like some sort of head cold. I've been laying in bed for about 20 minutes, kind of trying to decide if I should call out or take a sick day. I'm so congested and my head feels terrible. Something I keep preaching on this channel is that we have to take care of ourselves in healthcare too. So I think I'm gonna do it. I mean, I have sick days I can take. It basically just comes out of my PTO. I think that's better than showing up to clinic. Like, I can already tell I'm gonna feel worse throughout the day. I don't think I've ever taken a sick day, even when I was on rotations in medical school. But now it feels kind of even more wrong since I'm like an actual employee and like am being paid to be there. But I feel like it's probably the right thing to do. So I'm gonna go text my attending and let my program coordinator and director know. So I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. All right, good morning again, guys. Actually, it's the afternoon now. I did call out sick and I've been asleep ever since. Basically, it's actually past 1 p.m. I've slept this entire time. Shout out to NyQuil. I definitely feel better. Like I said, that was my first time calling out sick, but my attending was okay with it, so it makes me feel better. Probably the most sleep I've gotten in residency though, so that part feels pretty good, but the congestion and the throat do not feel as good. So I think my plan for the rest of today is just to take it easy, relax, and just try to feel better. All right, so apparently Raheem is also starting to feel a little bit sick, and we learned that 3 of our other friends that we went to a Halloween party with this weekend have also developed symptoms of a cold. So that's definitely probably where it came from. So now we're gonna do the only thing that you should do when you get sick.
Rest and relax.
And get ramen.
My name. Oh, you actually made a reservation?
Nope.
There you go. Just for the viewers. Do I sound sick?
Yeah, a little bit. Got the ramen. Look at that. Fried rice, baby. All right, we are all ramened up. Feeling better?
Oh yeah, time for some fork knife.
Fork knife. All right, I have been resting all day. Now it's time to take a shot of this bad boy and go to bed. All right, we are so back. Nothing can keep us down. We can't stay sick. We got lives to save. I'm kidding, but seriously, I feel a lot better than I did yesterday. I think that taking yesterday off was definitely the right move. As bad as I felt about it, I feel so much more like rested right now. Still a little bit like congested, but otherwise feel so much better. Really glad I took yesterday off. I also probably got more sleep yesterday than I have in the past like 4 months. I think I had like 2 doses of NyQuil and I probably slept for like 18 hours. It was crazy. But I'm back at the clinic. I'm just gonna wear a mask for the rest of the week, as you should if you're feeling sick at all. Luckily today's just a half day because it's Thursday, so we have didactics. I just gotta make it through the morning and then I'll head over to the other hospital for didactics. Let's go. All right, I am done with clinic for the morning and I just drove to our main hospital for didactics. All right guys, so I am in my car now. We're done with didactics. Actually had a pretty short schedule today. We had some lectures on pneumonias, including community acquired and hospital acquired pneumonias, their diagnosis, treatment, all that stuff. We had a sleep, insomnia, narcolepsy lecture, and then there was a case presentation from one of the medicine teams from a couple blocks ago. I did totally forget that today was Halloween. Happy Halloween, guys. Let me know in the comment section what your costume is or what your Halloween plans are. Anyway, I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about this week, and I was looking through a lot of the comments in last week's video, which you guys seem to really enjoy as far as the the topic that we discussed regarding, gaslighting in medicine, reasons why people don't want to stay in medicine. And one of my favorite things about doing these vlogs is we kind of get to have like a continued forum for discussion. Whether you guys believe me or not, I read all of your comments. I don't necessarily get a chance to reply to all of them. I try to, especially on like the first couple days of videos being out, but I read all of them and I love them. I love when you guys like interact and kind of give me your feedback on things. I've especially seen it on the vlog where I talked about my salary, and then I saw it a lot on last week's vlog where you guys expressed some of your opinions on, where we've gone wrong in medical education, ways things need to change for resident culture and work-life balance to get better. Some of you guys were agreeing with things I was saying in the vlog. Some of you guys were disagreeing with things that I was saying, and I love that. I love hearing all the different opinions. And again, with these vlogs, it's kind of like we get to continue the discussion. So kind of going further on the topic, ever since last week's vlog, another like medfluencer, kind of posted a video about how they're quitting medicine too. And I feel like all over the internet, I'm just seeing posts and, TikToks about medical students, residents, attendings leaving medicine. And I think it's important to realize, guys, that like, this is not a new thing. Like, people leaving medicine is not news. We shouldn't be shocked that people are wanting to quit medicine because it happens all the time. The attrition rate of medical students, residents, and even attendings is quite high. People find reasons for leaving, and it's really not that shocking. I think just because like 2 people posted on YouTube at around the same time that they're leaving, I think it's just like prompting a whole lot of discussion. But like, this isn't new stuff, right? There are a couple themes that I feel like I've seen with people leaving medicine. One of the big things is that they don't enjoy this lifestyle anymore, and I think that is more common in medical students and residents. So before you go to medical school, I think everyone has like an idea of what their life is going to look like as a doctor, right? You have this image in your head of you being a doctor, and it looks really awesome. And, some of the TV shows have romanticized the idea of being a doctor, right? And then you decide to be pre-med, you go to medical school. Your experience in medical school, and especially in residency, I would say, is typically not so congruent with that initial thought of what your life was going to look like during this path. Medical school sucks. It's hard, especially 3rd year and 1st year. I would say those 2 years of medical school are where you see the biggest dropout rates, because when you start medical school, it's a big culture shock. You're used to being probably like the top of your class, getting things easily, doing well on your exams, and then you start medical school and it's hard for everyone. It's just a lot of information. It's a really rigorous schedule. And so you see a lot of people drop out. I had people in my medical school cohort that dropped out during 1st year for whatever reasons they had, right? And then 3rd year, you are essentially working a full-time schedule, more than that, sometimes up to 80 hours a week as a medical student, not getting paid, right? And studying for step 2, sometimes even step 1 as well. So you're like working full-time, you're studying full-time, you have no time to yourself. Your mental health goes down the drain, your physical health goes as well. And so you see a big dropout there because, again, you have this idea of what it's going to look like at the end, but once you're in the middle of it, it can be really hard to see yourself continuing that. And again, that's not new. That's actually pretty common, and it sucks. It's sad. I don't wish that on anyone to, drop out of medical school, but we can't be surprised when it happens, right? Because sometimes you don't necessarily know what it's going to take until you're in it. And you can get advice from people, all day long about their experiences and how to do well and all that stuff. But everyone has a different experience. Everyone's, going to go through it on their own and have to deal with it and, get through it on their own. Doesn't matter what advice you get from other people. It's tough. It sucks. Third year was probably like my lowest point mentally and emotionally for various reasons. Life was still happening outside of medical school. My dad passed away during my third year of medical school. And at the same time, I had to continue my rotations, taking my shelf exam, step exam. Like, it sucked. It was a lot to deal with, and I can totally see why people would want to drop out around that time. Moving on to residency, your life doesn't necessarily get any better, right? Like, yes, you have the doctor title. Yes, you're getting paid, but you're working crazy long hours. You guys have seen in my vlogs some weeks where I'm working like 80 hours, and then I have some weeks like right now where I'm not working nearly that many hours. I'm kind of actually a lot closer to 40 than I'll probably ever be in the rest of my residency experience, but it's tough. Those months where you're working, 6 days a week, sometimes you're working like 14-day stretches. I've seen like 18-day stretches for residents before, and it's terrible. You can't focus on your family life. You can't focus on your home life. You can't focus on your mental health. You can't focus on your physical health. All you're doing is working. And sometimes it makes it really difficult to appreciate all that you've accomplished and appreciate the role you get to play in healthcare when you're spending all of your time working and not really getting to do exactly what you wanted to do, which was typically patient care. Typically, when you see yourself being a doctor, you see yourself doing a lot of like patient care, unless you're going into radiology maybe. But what you end up doing is a lot of calling consultants, charting, a bunch of scut work just to get little things done. And it can be really draining. And I'm sure you guys saw, especially on some of my medicine vlogs, there were some weeks where I had a hard time keeping my energy up for you guys because the truth was that I was just really drained and I couldn't hide that, right? And so I don't blame people for dropping out of residency either, because again, you can't necessarily know how much you're going to value this experience until you're in it, right? And until you're doing it. And sometimes it's after going through all this where you realize that maybe this isn't the path for you. Besides that, some people just develop other passions along the way. I think you see a huge like medical student to content creator to dropout entrepreneur pipeline, right? I think that's pretty common that we're seeing. And one of my closest friends, Kevin, you guys might know him from Med School Insiders, he's the OG dropout. He's the OG quitter. Like, I love the guy. I get to watch him live his life, and I've seen how he's had such an awesome experience after quitting medicine, and he has no regrets, right? So I've seen the positive that can come out of going down that lifestyle. Is it for everyone? No. Is everyone going to be successful trying to drop out and start some sort of pre-med business? Also no, right? Your mileage is gonna vary. I do support, if you have other passions as well, like, there's other careers you want to pursue, there's other hobbies you want to pursue that you might want to turn into careers. That's fine. Honestly, that's normal. That happens all the time. We see people change careers all the time. We shouldn't expect doctors to stay within this field just because they're doctors, right? People change careers in life all the time. You change passions. What's important to you changes as you grow. We can't be surprised when people change things up and want to try something new. So regardless of the reason why people quit medicine, it's important that we, one, be supportive of the decision, because that's that person's decision. It's not up to us. We all have a different experience. We shouldn't judge other people for making that decision. Whether you agree with what they're doing with their life or how successful they're going to be with their life after, that's your own personal opinion, right? We shouldn't, put judgment onto others. We shouldn't be like putting more toxic energy into an already pretty toxic field, right? That's something we can control. We should be making the experience better for people in future generations so that people want to continue becoming physicians, so we can address the demand for physicians in, you know, not even just the United States, but the rest of the world too. That's where our energy should be going, not towards judging and talking about people who have quit medicine, right? Don't be toxic, guys. There is no room for it in this field. There's too much of it already, and it's up to us to make this a better field for future generations, right? Like, be the resident you wish you had as a medical student, be the attending that you wish you had as a resident. Like, that's the goal. For all of you guys who are concerned, I'm not quitting medicine. I know we hit 50K on the channel, kind of a big deal, you know? Did I think about dropping out? Maybe a little bit. I'm just kidding. No, I didn't. I'm not going to. I'm going to be seeing residency through. That's just me, but that's not going to be everyone who goes into residency, right? Anyway, that was my rant for the week. Let me know your thoughts on why you think people are quitting medicine and how you guys feel about it in the comment section below. Anyway, for now, I'm actually going to do two things. Number one, I'm actually going to end the vlog early this week, mainly because, one, I've already gotten my rant out of my system. Two, tomorrow is just another half day in clinic, so there's like nothing new between now and tomorrow that you guys are going to see besides me waking up in the morning and going to clinic. So I don't necessarily want to waste your guys' time with that, and that way I can also start editing this vlog tonight because I have a busy few days coming up. Number two, what I'm going to do is actually go for a run, and I know this is so ill-advised coming from a resident physician. You know, I should be getting rest when I'm not feeling well, but guys, I signed up for a freaking half marathon, and it's in 3 days. Actually, when this vlog goes up, when you guys are watching this vlog, I'm going to be doing my half marathon. So if you guys see this, comment good luck. I don't know, wish me luck, whatever. I can't believe I have to actually do this half marathon now. And my last week of training has been terrible because, you know, there's been, you know, festivities going on. I haven't been feeling well. And now I have to deal with the consequences of my actions, which is running this half marathon. So I'm going to go for a run this afternoon, even though I don't feel well, because I have to get through this half marathon. I have to do it. I already paid for it. I got to get through it. Again, wish me luck. But as I said, I'm going to end the vlog here. Next week, we'll talk a little bit about my journey to medical school, since a lot of you guys are new to the channel, which, by the way, thank you guys so much for the subscriptions, the comments, the likes. It means so much to me. This channel's been growing a lot these last couple of months, and it's so awesome to see. I can't express enough how much I appreciate it, guys. Anyway, with that being said, I will see you guys next time.